Hi friends, Algebra 1, Saxon, 3rd edition, lesson 68. That's the orange book, by the way. We're talking more about complex fractions today. So let's take a look. First example, right here in pink. Don't divide fractions. We multiply by the reciprocal instead. And so what do I mean by that? Well, we have x over y plus 1 over y divided by x over y minus 1 over y. Okay, well, what we're going to do is, since this is the numerator, I've got it all in brackets here, and this is the denominator, so I have that in brackets. We need to simplify these first before we deal with our division. Fortunately, I have a common denominator here, so I have x plus 1 over y divided by, learning how to write here, and then same idea, x minus 1 over y, because I have that common denominator. Okay, so remember, we don't divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. So this now becomes x plus 1 over y times y over x minus 1. Now, always when you have addition and subtraction in your fractions, you're going to want to protect it by putting parentheses. Notice I put parentheses around there. I can also cross cancel here because I've got a y downstairs and a y upstairs. And the reason I say put parentheses around it is because I don't want you accidentally canceling out an x here and here. You can't do that. So what I have left is x plus 1 over x minus 1. And so like I said, you can't cancel out those x's because those are in parentheses. So this is your final answer. All right, let's take a look at example number 2 here. So we have 1, and it's 1, I'm going to turn it into a fraction since we're dealing with fractions here. So 1 over 1, which is this thing here, plus 1 over x. All that garbage is divided by 7. So let's deal with our numerator here first. I need a common denominator, and my common denominator is 1 times x, or just x, right? So, and if it helps, you can kind of see it in a second color. I'm going to multiply this by x, this times x. So now what I get is 1x, or just x, over x plus 1 over x. All that garbage divided by 7. Now I have a common denominator. I can say x plus 1 over x divided by 7. Now I can't cancel out those x's because protect your addition subtraction so you don't accidentally cancel out. We never divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. Now I can put anything into a fraction by putting it over 1. So the reciprocal of 7 is 1/7. So what we have is x plus 1 over x times 1 over 7. Multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom, I get x plus 1 over 7x. If you're tempted to cancel out those x's, remember, protect your addition subtraction, just like that. So this would be our solution here. Okay, so let's take a look at example 3. So for this guy, we have the same idea. We have a 1 over x divided by 1 over 1 minus 1 over x. Again, I turned this into a fraction by putting it over 1 just so that I knew I needed a common denominator. So my common denominator here is 1 times x, or just x. So multiply that by x, multiply that by x. I get 1 over x divided by, now I have a common denominator, x minus 1 over x. Now don't be canceling those out because protect your addition subtraction, right? Well, this is a division, so let me rewrite that. It looks like this: 1 over x divided by x minus 1 over x. But we never divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. So let's come over here with that. We have 1 over x times x over x minus 1. All right, these loose x's can definitely be canceled out. We can cross cancel that. And upstairs we're left with 1 times 1, because when we cancel everything out, we've got a 1 there. And then downstairs we're left with x minus 1. If you're tempted to cancel out those 1s, don't do it. Protect your addition subtraction. So this would be your solution. Okay, let's look at this guy. We have a over b plus 1 over 1. All that garbage divided by x over b plus 4 over 1. Again, I'm just turning those into fraction by putting them over 1. So over here, my common denominator is b. So I need to multiply this guy times b, this times b. Over here, my common denominator is also b. So times that by b, times that by b. So I get a plus b over b, and don't cancel those out because you gotta protect that addition subtraction, divided by x plus 4b over 1, and now we have that common denominator, b, right? So let's protect that. We never divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. So a plus b over b times b over x plus 4b. Let's protect our addition subtraction, and then we see we have 2 loose b's here. We can cross cancel those, and we're left with a plus b over x plus 4b, and that would be our final simplification there. All right, let's look at example number 5. So for example 5, we have so let's rewrite this guy. Remember, if it's a negative exponent, it's going downstairs. So this becomes x over a, because that x has a positive exponent, so it stays where it is, plus y over b. All of that is divided by, so let's keep that together because that's our numerator, x negative 1. So that's going to be 1 over x, like that. That's how we would rewrite that x to the negative 1. So over here, our common denominator is ab. I need to multiply this by b, and this by a, and this by a. So let's go over here. I have xb plus ay over ab divided by 1 over x. Now remember, we don't divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. So I guess I shouldn't say equals, I should draw an arrow. X plus b, because we're not solving, we're simplifying. Oh, look, I already messed it up because I was talking too much. xb plus ay over ab times x over 1. Now let's protect our addition subtraction. Let's multiply straight across the top. We get x times xb plus ay. And all I did was just move that loose x to the front when I'm multiplying. Over ab times 1 is just ab. There's nothing here that we can cancel out outside of those parentheses, so this is as good as it gets. All right, so let's take a look at this next part. Pause the video. Here are your practice problems. Pause the video, do these, come on back, and we'll go through them. All right, here are your answers. If you did not get those, stick around and we will do them together. So here are our practice problems. We have 1 plus, so straight away, since I have a common denominator, I'm just going to say 1 plus c over w divided by 1 over c, right? Well, we never divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal, so 1 plus c over w times c over 1. Protect your addition subtraction. So we have, again, loose numbers in the front, or loose letters. 1 plus c, I'm going to make this a 1 so you can tell, over w plus 1 is just w. And so there is our answer. Okay, so then we have this guy down here. So I'm going to kind of jump up a little so that I don't run out of space here. We have 1 over m plus 5 over 1. All of that is divided by, now this has a common denominator, so I'm just going to say straight away 2 minus x over m. That was nice and easy. Okay, so then what we've got are, I'm just making sure that was a 2 and not a z. All right, so for our numerator here, for this guy, this chunk, we have to get a common denominator, 1 times m, or just m. So multiply top and bottom by m. So we get 1 plus 5m over m. And instead of dividing, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, which is m over 2 minus x. Let's protect our addition subtraction, and I see that we can cross cancel this m. So that leaves us with 1 plus 5m over 2 minus x. Bam, just like that. All right, let's talk about this one. We've got, give us a little more room here, a over x plus b over y divided by 1 over x. So we have, let's do some common denominators at the same time. This numerator here, or common denominator, is x times y. So this, I need to multiply by y, and this by x, this by x. So I end up with ay plus bx over xy. That's my numerator there. Divided by 1 over x. Now let's rewrite that as a multiplication problem. Ay plus bx over xy times, multiply by the reciprocal, so x over 1. So I can cancel out, don't cancel anything from here. Let's protect that addition subtraction, but I can cancel out this x and this x. I'm cross-canceling those. So what does that leave me with upstairs? Upstairs I have ay plus bx over, downstairs I have y times 1, which is just y. If you feel tempted to cross those y's out, remember, protect your addition subtraction so you don't accidentally cancel it out, because you can't cancel stuff that's in a parenthesis. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, leave them below. Otherwise, great work. See you next time.